Hey guys, and welcome to World Warships with Voulez-Vous. In today's replay I want to talk about target selection and the reasons why the nearest ship to your own not necessarily has to be the best target. So the matchmaker decides to put me in a predominantly tier 6 match, and looking at the team list it seems that the only 3 ships that actually pose a threat to me will be the Atago and the 2 Clevelands. I'm really hoping to see some of those Mutsukis. They will be really easy to kill and they will be fun to kill. So let's jump into the battle now. So I spawned in the northwest of the map and there's only one cruiser just next to me. I'm not using the engine boost, but I do have the speed flag, which basically means that I will, wherever I decide to go, I will be there way earlier than any other of my teammates. So this game mode has only got one cap on each side, so I don't really need to go here to cap anything, but I feel that it would be a waste if I didn't just scout a little bit. I do not plan to go in there. Basically, because of those 4 Mutskis, they will be able to spot me way earlier than I will spot them. And if there's any cruiser escort, especially one of those Clevelands around there, it would be really dangerous to go in, and I wouldn't have enough space to turn around quickly. The Tashkent is, well, you have to consider it to be a really small cruiser. It's quite a big ship. It doesn't turn as quickly and it's not as agile as most of the destroyers in the game. So yeah, I decided to stay away, and now that the Cleveland pops into my view range, I congratulate myself on making the decision. Okay, the Mutski shows up as well. I don't know why, because it's way out of its spotting range, so it must have shot its guns, which is good for me, at least I know it's there. So I open up on the Mutski the moment I know that I'm spotted, because it basically doesn't make any difference. But I am aware of the 20-second cooldown after I shoot my guns, so I know that if I was to stop shooting now, I would disappear quite quickly. The island obscures my view though, and I need to stop shooting. And now that I know that there's a Mutski there quite close, right behind me, and a Cleveland, a ship that is very dangerous to me, I decide to move away from this area. Now I'm thinking which way the Mutski is gonna go. He can either go this way, or go to the right and try to sneak between those big islands. So I slow down and basically make a hard turn and kind of guard this area, keeping my ship moving at the minimal speed, and I'm ready to hit the gas as soon as anything pops into my spotting range to my left. Because that's where I'm expecting trouble to show up. And now I look at the map and it seems that there is a cruiser coming my way. I still don't know what cruiser it is. If it's the York, it's not gonna be much of a help for me, unfortunately. And maybe except for being a meat shield. Anyway, I decide to turn it out now that the cruiser is coming. There's another one right behind it as well, so that's quite a strong force considering that I do consider my ship to be a very light, small cruiser. So I decide to move in. I'm spotted, and it must be the Mutski. He must be somewhere here. So I want to test how far he is. So I know my spotting range, and I move away from where I'm expecting him to be. And the moment I stop being spotted, I know that he is just around 8.5–9 kilometers away from me. So yeah, he's gonna be there or just underneath the line. So it turns out that the cruiser I mentioned is in fact the York, and this is not good news at all. So I'm basically hoping that the York is gonna survive long enough to absorb some of the damage that was going to be dealt, and since he is here, I'm definitely going in now. The Atago captain. Big shout out to him. He performed really good in the battle. I really like the way he will be launching torps in a couple of moments. So pay attention to him. He's a good captain. So as predicted, the York is already taking damage from the Cleveland. I positioned myself in a way that the Cleveland cannot really have a direct line of sight to me. And since I'm being spotted, I'm expecting the enemy Mutski to be right there. In that little cove to my left. So that's why I'm focusing my guns. But now that it's appeared, I've stopped being spotted. It seems that I might have been mistaken. The Mutski might have been on the other side, behind that little island outcrop. And there he is. The moment he's spotted, I slow down, and I basically do not want the Cleveland to see me. I want to have some time to play with the Mutski. So I'm dealing some damage to the Mutski, and now I'm popping smoke quickly. I don't want to be visible to the Cleveland for a second. I don't want him to consider me to be his target even for a second, because at this range I would be dead in a moment. So, but I am in smoke, and somebody else is spotting the ship for me, so I'm using my guns anyway. And now I know that I'm way beyond my torpedo range. I always choose to use the 4-kilometer torpedoes on Russian destroyers as opposed to the 8-kilometer ones, simply for their speed benefit. So I knew that I was shooting. Oh yeah, check out those torpedoes. It's really good. So yeah, the Atagos torpedoes have got a chance of actually hitting something. Mine didn't, and I knew that when I was launching them. I just wanted to use this as an area denial tool. So yeah, I wanted to move forwards, but I noticed those torpedoes, and I saw instantly that the only way for me to actually avoid them would be to keep backing up and kind of slot myself between them. So, if you notice, the Cleveland is in a lot of trouble. He's quite heavily damaged already, and I've been shelling him for the last couple of minutes, and he's losing health permanently, and I am still on nearly full health. So this is the power of the Tashkent. It is an amazing ship, and it's very powerful if you know how to use it. So I'm still shelling the Cleveland, and he's only down to 6,500 health, which is really low. And now let's talk about target priority. So the Mutski shows up really close to me, and I launch a torpedo spread basically to get him moving. But I continue shelling the Cleveland because he is the biggest threat. My speed will protect me against the Mutski's torpedoes, and I just need to make sure that the Cleveland is dead first. So now that this happens, I have no problems with switching targets and basically killing the Mutski in 2 volleys, and I'm bugging myself a double strike by doing so, which is really good. It basically gives you the speed flag as an award for this 10 of them, so it's really good. I really like that flag. I use it on many of my ships. So yeah, so basically the 2 ships that were guarding this area are dead now. There are another 2 cruisers in my team moving down south, and they will be enjoying this Atago. So I see no problems with opening up on the Atago from this distance. It's still quite far away, but I feel that if there were any other ships that would be more dangerous to me right now, a bit closer to me, they would already make themselves visible by using their guns or something, so I feel quite safe. And I open up on the Atago, setting it on fire in the first volley. I'm kinda trying to adjust the lead because I feel that the Atago might be already thinking about moving forward. Using APs, basically I wanna see, it's an experiment. I know that the Atago is gonna die anyway, judging by the number of ships that are attacking it. So I was using AP just to see how much damage I can do from this distance, and it turns out that it would most definitely be better if I used HE ammunition for this. So yeah, moving on, congratulate the team on how we dealt with the threat here. Basically, we steamrolled them. There is no way of yeah, they did really well. So we're moving on to the cap. Basically, not because I want to, or I guess we want to cap, but it simply is the shortest way to get to the rest of the enemies. The part of our team that is in the northwestern bit of the map seems to be doing well, holding off the attack. The wave of the enemy ships seems to be turning south right now, which is really good. That means that they can't deal too much damage, so it seems like our left flank, or rather, well, our northwestern flank is secure, and the enemy York is within my gun range. And again, he's being engaged by another 3 ships, I think. So I feel quite safe opening up. I'm still angling my ship. I'm trying to be as small target as possible, but I instantly start using ripple fire to zero in on the York's position. I'm setting him on fire. So far I haven't really done that much damage. I've only did 27,000 damage, and it's, you know, I do have 3 kills and 100 shots landed on target, but that seems to me that not very many of those shots actually do any real damage. But you know, sailing Tashkent, mainly attacking battleships as I am right now, you're really counting on the fire damage to be there. The actual, you know, shell damage is only an extra. So that's the Amagi on fire now. It seems that he just repaired, so if I manage to set him on fire even once now, I can switch targets and start attacking somebody else, because I know that he's going to die. And there we go. The fire's set. I say goodbye to the Amagi in chat and switch targets instantly. I'm still in smoke, therefore I'm quite safe from the enemy fire. But the Atago captain from a couple of minutes ago is suggesting that maybe we should stop capping, and I completely agree with him. We can quite easily kill the rest of those ships, but that's when the capping timer runs out and we finish the game. So moving on to the results screen, the lesson I wanted you guys to take away from this particular battle is that target selection is quite important. The Cleveland, even though it was on low health, it was a much bigger threat to me than the Mutski that was much closer. And you need to be able to make these kind of decisions on the go. So there you go, 207,000 profit and 5,000 experience. Base experience wise, this was a very mediocre game. 1,200 base experience is still enough to land myself the first place in my team. And money wise, I managed to earn 168,000 and change. So I hope you enjoyed watching this replay, and I hopefully managed to teach you something about how to select your targets better. And if you did, please rate the video down below, and also think about hitting that subscribe button if you think you'd like to see more of my materials. So for now, I say thank you, and I'll see you on the open seas.